Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Julien, and welcome to the Mixed Bag Monday podcast. Sort of. I don't know. We haven't really called this a podcast yet, but it's sort of like a podcast. It's just very short form podcast, I guess. This is Mixed Bag Mondays for the week of August 27th. I'm your host, Julien. As always, I am here with host number 2, my partner, my memory cards boy, Jake.
Hey guys, it's me. It's your boy. What's going on? How's everybody doing? What are you playing? What are you viewing?
Ooh, you're dropping rhymes below. Over here.
I'm a rapper, dude. By trade.
A good
by
one,
night.
too.
Thank you.
Like, really top tier. That sounded like Eminem's Rap God for a second.
I know. I channel a lot of his powers through my brain.
Can I tell you something that I found out the other day that I'm sad that I didn't know about?
Sure.
So I didn't know that on YouTube you can change the speed of videos in settings.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did not know that.
No way.
I really didn't. I had no idea. I was hanging out with my brother yesterday, and he was showing me a hip-hop song that was like, I don't know who it was or what the song was called, but the person was rapping about Sonic Adventure 2. But it was like not like cringy or anything. It was like a decent song. And he started changing the speed on it, and I wasn't like watching him do it on the computer, but he started changing the speed, and like it sped up. It sounded like Eminem's Rap God, so a little bit of coincidence here.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and then he'd slow it down, and it would sound like a chopped and screwed version of a hip hop song, and I was like,
it's pretty sad that you didn't realize that. Like that's been a feature for years.
I really didn't know, and I was like, how are you doing that? Are you just like using because he mixes music a lot because he DJs, so like, yeah. Are you just using like a program or something to do that? Because he's doing it on the fly, and then he's like, no, it's on YouTube. And my mind was kind of
roast you for
it? There was a light roast. I mean, you're doing more of a roast than he did, but yeah, my life has changed now because the first thing I wanted to do is like, oh God, I need to go mess around with this because that's such a fun little tool.
We should call him up and get him on the podcast so him and I can double team roast you.
Yeah, dude. I guess I've never like bothered to look for that, and it's right there under settings. I must have after I use YouTube every single day. I must have glazed over it like it wasn't even there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been there for like 3 or 4 years.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to utilize it more because it's fun.
I use it when I'm watching, longer form videos. I watch in my spare time. I watch a lot of videos on space, and a lot of those people can speak like super slowly.
So you slow them down even more?
I slow them down to I think it's 0.25. Yeah. So a 20-minute video will last, anywhere up to like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. That's your ASMR, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Lovely. Lovely.
So yeah.
So
what
here
have
we
you been
are
playing?
At the end.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. We're good. We're just chilling. It's the end of August, which is a good thing. We're getting out of the worst month, and we've mentioned it probably every Mixed Bag Monday so far. August is kind of a lame month for gaming. Not much going on. Very little releases. Just kind of, we see a lot of indie games, I guess, but that's kind of like nonstop throughout the year. And now we're getting into September where we're starting to see some of the big games.
Heavy hitters, some big boys.
Lots of stuff. Just off the top of my head, just off the tip of my head, you should say.
That's disgusting. So we've actually already put up a tweet for the games that we're excited for.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn on the Golden Country, which is just a humongous expansion.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the older expansions, like that you would get for like something like World of Warcraft, where they're actually like they're huge, hence the name expansion, expansive.
Mm-hmm.
SNK Heroines, which is like a fighting game that has a lot of different female characters from different games. Valkyria Chronicles 4, which is a nice RTS. Labyrinth of Refrain, which is like a nice dungeon crawler game. God Wars, which our review goes up tonight. Spider-Man PS4. NHL 2019, which I think you are excited for.
Amped, of course.
I am not. I think you are the only person on the world that is excited for it. No, I'm joking.
Not true.
I'm joking. NHL is always a big game.
Yeah,
nowhere near as big as like NBA or 2K or something.
No. And real quick, we should mention this. We're not going to go into like too much detail, but speaking of big sports games, the shit that went down in Florida at the Madden tournament is horrible and horrendous and
unacceptable.
Just the worst thing. And, you know, we only bring it up really because of its relation to video games. And it's just like, just the worst, you know? And you being in Canada, obviously this kind of stuff happens up there in a way, but like on a way different level. I mean, I see reports that come out of Canada every now and then of like terrorist attacks or anything.
And, you know, I hate to say it, but like it is truly awful that these things happen, but it happens so often that you almost become numb to it.
Yeah. And in America, it's like
every day.
It's so bad. It's so bad down here. But
so our thoughts, go out to the families, the people affected. There is a Twitch clip going around. I personally advise you not to watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it. I made the mistake of watching it, and they put it up on Reddit. Like,
I know, it's disgusting. It's bone chilling.
Yeah, like, it's really bad.
You don't need to hear that. Trust me.
It's not worth the watch. Just know that it's just the worst thing. So, anyway, that's awful news that we learned about yesterday, and that's all we'll say. We're not going to go into too much more detail, but let's move on from that and into some brighter topics. As we near the end of August, we've mentioned some of the stuff we're excited about for September, but I want to mention something to you, Jake, actually. Last night, Sunday night, was the season finale or the series finale of Sharp Objects, that HBO limited series, which was good. I'm not going to talk about it because
I've seen a lot of people say Amy Adams is going to get like an Oscar.
It would probably be an Emmy, right? Because it's TV.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, she's great in it. The acting is superb. It was a top-notch show. Really great. I never read the book. It's a Gillian Flynn story, who also wrote Gone Girl. Sharp Objects was her first book, and it's a really intense show. It's very dark, graphic. It deals with some really, really heavy topics. But yeah, the acting is what you're in it for. It's just great, and it's a really interesting story, and some crazy twists and turns, especially in the last two episodes. But what I do want to say is that before the show started, they were showing some previews for some upcoming HBO shows. And what I was not expecting to see was the trailer for the new True Detective.
Yeah. I've never watched True Detective.
Mm-hmm.
I know I need to watch season 1. I heard season 2 is hit or miss.
Yeah.
But season 3, I haven't even watched the trailer for it, but just because it has, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, Mahershala Ali from Moonlight, and I think the first season of Luke Cage. He was the only part of Luke Cage that I enjoyed.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Because he's in it, like it's already at the top of my watch list.
Oh, for sure. Season 1 of True Detective is incredible. It's like, I think it's must watch. It blew my mind, and the acting in that, especially McConaughey, is crazy. Like the last episode of that specifically, there's a scene near the end of the whole series where McConaughey and Woody Harrelson are outside, and McConaughey gives this speech that is like one of the greatest acting moments I've ever seen, and it was a very impactful moment, and it's kind of like a highlight of that series as a whole, which was a fantastic series, and that's why season 2, which was a miss for me, was such a letdown, because I couldn't get into it. I left. I stopped watching
it just
a few
seemed
episodes
like
in.
Weird actor choices.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That too. I mean, I just wasn't interested in the actors and actresses. They're just, I don't know. It wasn't the show as a whole. It wasn't doing anything for me.
No.
I'm not a big fan of Vince Vaughn. I find him pretty unlikable in everything.
A lot of people say a lot of people I've seen talk about this season just say it was like rushed after the first season, because I guess the success of the first season pushed HBO to push another season out.
Right. And one of the big differences, it was, both seasons were written by the same person. I think his name's like Nick Mazzolino or something. I can't remember. his name, but both seasons were written by the same person, which was a good sign. But the first season was directed by, let's see if I can remember his name, Kari Joji Fukunaga, I think. And he is a great director. I love everything he's done. He has such a good vision, and so is so good at translating his vision onto like a finished product. And that's why I think True Detective season 1 turned out so well. And he did not return for season 2, which
is he in season 3?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know too much info about season 3. I wasn't even expecting to see that trailer. I had no idea that they were. I haven't followed the production of season 3.
I'm looking at an article that Polygon posted actually by Julia Alexander, and it doesn't really give any information. So True Detective creator Nick Pizzolatto will be credited with writing the entire season. He will also direct a couple of episodes alongside Daniel Sakheim, which directed The Leftovers, Game of Thrones, The Americans, and Jeremy Saulnier, which directed some episodes of Blue Ruin and The Green Room.
Cool. Those are 2 movies, Blue Ruin and Green Room, which are. He's a great director.
Is The Green Room about the people that are the band that's on a tour?
Yes.
And they go play a show at like a Nazi.
Yeah,
camp.
they're playing. They're a punk band.
That movie was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw trailers and first saw rumblings of it, I was like, this sounds really stupid, but like it really blew me away. It was really interesting, really fun.
Oh yeah.
It's not a super serious movie, but it's definitely
it's good, and he has that director Jeremy Saulnier has a very distinct style as well, much like Fukunaga, and he's very visceral, and it's very graphic, and it's very violent. And there's a scene,
and it's always nice to see some Nazis getting their asses.
Oh hell yeah, dude! And in Green Room, there's this scene. It's one of Anton Yelchin's last movies, actually, before he passed. And there's a scene where his character gets his arm slashed up by razor blades, and that scene, like, and I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of horror movies. I've seen a lot of really graphic horror movies.
Yeah.
And I don't get like sick often, like pretty much ever. Like it's very rare I see like a movie that has like special effects or anything that makes me like feel queasy, like physically sick, that I saw something or really uncomfortable. And when he pulls his arm out and it's all messed up from the razor blades, it was horrible, dude. I felt I had to turn away. I felt so sick looking at it.
One movie that did that to me was the 2008 movie called Martyrs.
Oh, dude,
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No,
that movie was fucked up.
I never.
There's a 2016 like US remake. It's trash. Don't watch that.
Okay.
But the one in 2008 is just it's brutal.
It's a French movie, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's European, somewhere in Europe. But
I have heard about the gross out factor of the original Martyrs for sure. So yeah, I mean. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say another thing that I wanted to talk about was the Xbox All Access monthly plan.
Yeah, tell me about that. I'm not really sure what it is.
So it's been rumored for a few weeks now, and Ben Kuchera from Polygon, actually, this is the article that I'm reading, reported on it today. So a little excerpt here says, the total cost of an Xbox One hardware along with 2 years of Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass is $859.93 US dollars, assuming no other bundles or sales on the subscriptions. Using this deal, you will end up paying $839 across 2 years of $34.99 monthly payments. So you're essentially getting an Xbox One X with 2 years of Xbox Live and 2 years of Xbox Game Pass for $840, but you pay $35 each month. So that's a great deal for somebody who doesn't want to fork out the almost $1,000 price tag right off the bat.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
And then they have an Xbox One S deal, which is even better. You pay $527 for an Xbox One S, 2 years of Xbox Live, and Xbox Game Pass. And it doesn't tell you the monthly payment there, but I would assume it's, like $20 So you're saving $132 because that would cost $660. So like that's such a great deal, but the catch is that you can only do this from specific Microsoft stores. And as far as I know, there are none of those in around me. I think the closest one is in Toronto.
Oh, really?
So that definitely wouldn't be feasible for someone like me. But definitely in the States, I think where the Microsoft stores are more common, kind of like Apple stores.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that people will definitely look into. And it seems to me like they're definitely doing this, because of some rumored spec sheets that have come out saying that the Xbox has only sold 40 million units, while the PS4 is almost at 100 million.
Uh-huh.
And the Switch is almost at it's halfway there. The Switch could outsell the Xbox One this generation, which I would find crazy.
I believe it's possible, man. Really.
So what do you think of that deal? Like, if you didn't have an Xbox One and you were interested in it, would you?
Yeah, I think I would. And I'm at a point now. Like, I have my Xbox One S. I've had it for I think a couple years now. Well, I've had it. I got it right when it came out. And I actually still have my old Xbox One too. That's just kind of like a brick sitting underneath my desk.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely do that if I didn't have an Xbox. Being that I have the Xbox One S, there's no real reason for me to do it right now. I already have the Game Pass. I pay for Xbox Live Gold. I'm set up. The S isn't as powerful as the Xbox One X, which I do want. I think I do want an Xbox One X eventually. But the Xbox One S is capable of 4K gaming. And I have a 4K monitor now. I think I'm okay. I'm set. But, if I did not have an Xbox or a PS4 and I wanted to do this, I'd absolutely do it. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't. Yeah. It looks like you do have to do a credit check with them, which that
makes sense.
It makes sense, but the credit checks, like, they hurt your credit if you do them.
It depends on the type of credit check that's being
that's
done.
true. But it's the same way that like as the article points out, it's the same way that smartphone financing works.
Which I don't think is a big ding.
No, I don't think
it
so.
Says actually in the last sentence there, there's no downside as long as you don't fail the initial check.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Well,
another thing in gaming is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's getting a limited edition Pro controller, and it looks bad.
I haven't seen it.
It looks incredibly lazy. It's just it has white grips on the bottom, like on the handles, and then it has the Smash logo, like just lazily put on.
All right,
I'm sure it'll look nice for some people. But it just doesn't look that good. Like the Xenoblade Chronicles one looked amazing. The Splatoon 2 one looked good. This one just looks like they were like, oh, people want a new Pro controller. Let's just do one for Smash.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a Pro controller, so maybe I'll just get this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. So one thing I do want to bring up, and we're already dragging this one on, so we'll cut it after this. But so Amazon right now, as of today, the 27th, today's the last day that you can take advantage of their pre-order bonuses for discounts if you're an Amazon Prime member. Yep. So funnily enough, I didn't know that until this morning. So did you
pre-order a ton of games?
I did. I went ahead and I pre-ordered like pretty much everything that I want to get throughout the rest of the year.
Lay it on us. Let us know. Tell us.
Okay. Well, I'll try to remember what they all are. Let's see. So Smash is on there. Fallout, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Mario Party.
Yeah.
Which comes out soon. October. Yeah. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I think that was it, but I still have more to go.
Red Dead, no Spider-Man.
Oh, so okay, Red Dead is one I got to do there. Spider-Man, I'm digitally buying on PS4.
Okay, yeah.
And Red Dead, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. There's some that I probably will just wait and buy digitally. But the stuff that, like, the Switch games and stuff, like, I'm fine with getting physical copies for and getting a discount on top of that.
Because there's no sharing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I would get the PS4 versions of certain games so we could share. We do the game share. I do Xbox game share. as well. If anyone wants to game share with me, do not contact me because I will not game share with you.
Just telling it like it is.
Just telling it like it is. So yeah, if you're well, this will be out in a few hours, hopefully. And if you listen to it now and you are interested, run over to Amazon.com and today's your last day to pre-order. So go do that now.
For 20% off.
20% off the games, which is a great deal. It's so good.
I mean, they stopped that in Canada a few months ago. They dropped it down to 10%, which is like, to me, it's not worth that. 10% off. 10% off of $90 is what, $9.
Yeah.
I would much rather get the game on time, because my experience with Amazon, I pre-order a game months in advance, like a special edition, and it, like Persona 5, for example, I didn't get that until a week after it came out, which was really shitty. But
right, because you don't have Prime, right?
No, this is back when I had Prime.
Oh, okay, weird. I wonder, because most Prime offers same day delivery for when games.
Yeah, it was definitely something that was offered, but
Yeah.
it's just like it wouldn't happen.
Weird. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Alrighty.
yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's Mixed Bag Mondays. We'll be back in a new month next week, so that's exciting.
We're gonna time travel.
We're gonna time travel. Just close this episode down and pop open the next one. Even if it's not available, go ahead and listen to it, and you'll be listening to something from the future. We'll say hi from the future.
Peace.